And welcome to the Shopify Review Series. My name is Jessica, founder of Sudo. We're a Shopify website development company. So as part of this series, as you can see from the title, it says review. What I've done is basically ask brand owners who have their stores on Shopify if I could review their store for absolutely nothing. And then they would get this recorded review. At the same time, we would post it on social media and have other people who are perhaps in the same industry learn from this review. And today I have DreamblyMe. So I'm just going to share the store via a share screen. And first of all, I'm going to review it on two perspectives. One is as a customer who could possibly buy from them, and then the second is as a Shopify expert who could, possibly do some auditing, some optimization in order for them to get more purchases. So that is the ultimate goal. So the first thing I noticed is that the menu itself is not like in a straight row. So I think this can be fixed quite easily if, let's say, it's expanded to full width. So my desktop is currently on a 13.5-inch screen, which means I think a lot of potential customers will have the same screen and might perhaps it would look better if your menu is like full width, and then people can sort buy from like just a one line menu instead of it having like two lines, which don't look as professional or as up to standard. The second thing about the menu is that I feel like the fonts are quite small. I'm not sure. I'm just going to make an assumption that you are able to change the font on your team. So if you could even change it to like this one, or even the same font as your logo, right? So it's just much more clickable, better for user experience as well. All right, so moving on down, the image banner in my screen, it looks kind of blurry. The images are also quite cropped in not the right way. So if you could, firstly, either use a better image that's more high quality, or perhaps change the image or adjust the banner such that the models are displayed well. So I'm going to have your store potential improvements written on this post-it note that you can screenshot at the end of the video. So the first thing is the menu. Display. And the second thing is the banner. Okay. All right. So my first impression also is that this is a company that does very cute, very fun kids pajamas, matching pajamas. And pretty much everything here is, quite, how do I say, quite in the same category. For example, you sell pajamas, you sell blankets, headbands, storybooks for kids. And then I'm not sure if it comes to characters. I guess this is your collection. And then you've got a default collection as well. Okay. Okay. And then over here, I can see exactly what you do, right? Story-based bamboo sleepwear designed to nurture children's sensitive skin and developing mind. And I think this would be the unique selling point, right? Because your sleepwear is not only story-based, it's also made of bamboo. It's good for sensitive skin, and it's good for kids developing mind. So ideally, I think this could be a very good one-liner, or basically the store's tagline, and possibly put into your store banner as well. So the banner tells me right away in my first second of visiting your website what exactly you do. Yeah, and it's great that you have a free storybook with every purchase as well. Okay, so I love this collection banner that you have. I really like that you have very high quality pictures. Can tell that you invested in photo shoots. So everything is very professional. This is also very nice, this wavy wave animation. And so this is the about us. Yeah, that's great. It's great that you have the about us as well. And then you have a video, which is awesome. This video could possibly be, the first impression instead of the static image, because it's already a winner. I feel like this video really makes it very apparent that this is a very professional store, that this store is already doing very well. So I would honestly move the video to the front and hopefully maybe have some way to add the one-liner or to tell people what exactly you do right from the first second. Okay, so this is how it works. All right, so people choose the book, pick a character, and then they get to pick both the character and the pajamas. Yeah, that's very interesting. I feel like this could be a very good selling point as well. Yeah, and it should be further up. I feel it should really be further up. Okay. The size of this image is too big. This one, because I paid no attention to the products available. So if they could be a bit more like proportional in terms of this juxtaposition, that would be great. Yeah, you've got really nice images. Okay, so this one, it has to be further up top as well. I feel like some of the better stuff that your website has in terms of selling itself is sort of at the bottom. So I would honestly find a way to to convince the parents would be buying these much earlier. Yeah. So in terms of the landing page, I think I have sort of done enough review on it such that you know where are the opportunity gaps. And then tell. Yeah, so by the way, at the end of every video, I sort of end with showing the viewers to websites that are in sort of a similar industry or same industry, and I would pinpoint like what works very well for them. These are websites that usually rank on like the first few rankings in the Google search. So I guess besides their very good SEO, they've also got a really good website to sort of get the type of sales that they're getting. Yeah, so before that, I will go on to review your product page. Okay, so interesting that you have pajamas for all age range. Okay, so right now we're in the collection page. I feel like the collection page is pretty well done. Yeah. And then we're in the product page. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the first thing I love with it is that you have the icons so that they can sort of choose. Yeah, that's amazing. And then, yes, this is very well done. I love it. It's so cute. Yeah, so this is great. I honestly would not change much. One thing I might change is your buttons. Like instead of it being gold and navy, which is a very nice combination, don't get me wrong. I still probably prefer it to be high contrast. So perhaps like instead of using the gold font, I'll use just white. And then with the add to cart button, you could either just stick it with navy, but I think there's some statistics that say if you have a green add to cart, it could probably improve the purchase rate. So that is just one tiny thing that you can choose to do. I like everything else. Honestly, I think these are great. With these bamboo soft fabric and all of these like description, which could be a high selling point when it comes to parents buying for their child with sensitive skin. So when it comes to this, right, I would need to prove it as a business owner. Like if I say that something is like bamboo soft or Sue sensitive skin, breathable, I need to show evidence of that, and that can be through either zoom in of the product itself, so such that the fabric can be seen as very high quality, and like from the look of the image itself, I'm 100% convinced that I'm buying a very good quality material for my for the person I'm buying for. So I think if there is any way you can show it in the product page itself, that could really convince people to take a second look or eventually purchase. Because you have really good model pictures already. No doubt the design, as long as I like it, I'm keen. I just need perhaps that little bit of extra convincing, such that the products are very good for the skin. So one way you've done already is through the reviews. I would say that another way could be if you just add one or two, or you could even just add like a material picture or some way to communicate that the quality of the material is as good as you have written here. Yeah, and then everything else is great. Honestly, I like the story. I like these details, very good reviews. That's probably the only thing for the product page. And then I think one thing is the convertible pajamas. I don't see how it's convertible. Yeah, and I didn't pay much attention to this convertible part. Okay, and then the debut collection should be something that you launch at first. Debut collection. Okay, I get it. On the desktop view, this takes up too much space, in my opinion. If it could sort of okay. So one idea is that you could actually have a storybook itself with the stories, and then customers can actually flip it instead of this sliding panel. Because I did not know that it could slide until I noticed it. And this is from a standpoint of a developer. So I did not know that all these means that I should actually click the arrow and flip. If you could sort of like use a custom code or even just use mockups that changes as a slideshow video to show the book flipping, that would be pretty much more obvious. Yeah, and then I had to scroll a full page to get to the collection. Yes, this is what I mean with the flipping. So that could be a thing you could consider. Yeah, and then I think that's about it. This is honestly a very good brand. I can already tell that it's a pretty well-going brand. Probably just honestly the website could do a little bit of upgrading, and that's about it. All right, so I'm going to show two in terms of them. Set is Little Sleepies. They do matching PJs. And before that, you could just do a very quick screenshot in terms of the notes I've done. So the last thing I talk about is the debut collection. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I like about their website is that they have a very quick impression to me that what they're selling is. For example, right now they're selling the Easter collection. So, for example, the one that we had on your website is a banner, which is just a picture of the models, which is good. But like, I don't know what you're selling unless I discovered you from like social media, or some other way, right? So if you like to give a very powerful first impression, I think this is your opportunity to do so in terms of having a very strong banner. So they had something like this. They have like a dedicated section to their fabrics. So this is a good idea if you like to just dedicate a FAQ or like once and for all in terms of like telling what exactly is the superiority in terms of your bamboo fabric. Okay, so back to their landing page. So I've talked about the banner, and as well as their fabric. They also had the story, which is an about us. Yeah, this is interesting that they have like a separate font for play. Could consider for your different sort of collections. And then the rest of the website is pretty good as well. So I can tell that they have, so like I tell right away, this is my first time looking at their website, but I know that they now have a day and night for their type of fabric. And yeah, pretty good, very clear website. Let's look at their product page. So let's look at featured, trending. Maybe just look at this. Bamboo, baby clothes. So in terms of the product page, I feel like this is quite similar to what you have. They have even less photos, but they do have a very clear product quality upfront close shots. And then what else is cool? Okay, and then a dedicated area to the material itself. And other than that, I think, yeah, very cool testimonial shots. Yeah, and then pretty nice in terms of how they have the details, like the icons. Yeah. So this is one good example I find that you might want to emulate for your brand. The other one is Monica and Andy. So I picked them because I feel like they really had a different sort of color scheme than many websites. So they sort of really went all out in terms of the green color scheme. This could work, this could not work. It's really up to trial and error. But at the same time, they had the collections as well, which is quite apparent. I yeah, I feel like they've done things quite well. I'm sort of looking for any sort of uniqueness that they might have that is useful for your shop. So let's look at their product page right away. Okay, maybe look at this one. As you can tell, their product images are on the rectangle side rather than the square side. I guess one small difference is that they did not have, oh, they do have reviews. Okay. I feel like this is overall just a very well put together website. If I had to pick one to sort of learn from, I honestly would not pick this one. I'll pick Little Sleepies instead. Yeah, I find it more similar to what you guys are doing. All right, so with that, I'm going to conclude the review. I hope it has been helpful. If you're just viewing because you stumbled onto this video and not the brand itself, feel free to leave a comment. If you have a website you'd like me to review, and I'll see what I can do.